So you cannot go to him at all and click him.
Okay. Move. Can't move.
Okay, so what else?
That's it.
Item status. Wait for what?
You have to wait. Is this the only mechanic of the rest? The only time you need to rest in this freaking game is this?
Well, because that's why I was asking. I'm like, what else? I'm like, what other things could be done here that would allow us to do something? And you're like, nothing else. I'm like, what?
Increase the speed of the game. Also this. I didn't even know this was a menu.
The units menu?
No, this is the data menu.
Oh.
Only.
Oh.
So stupid. Alright, well, at least you're not soft locked.
I told you.
At least you're not soft locked, okay.
So my whole point before you arrived was that he's like, I'm stuck.
I wasn't that exaggerated if I say, am I stuck? I guess.
But,
are we soft locked? Maybe, probably. What happened?
Right, but essentially you're pretty much like, I'm stuck. And my point was, I don't think a game would allow you to get soft locked in that way. Like, because...
Like a plot soft lock?
Yeah, like he was thinking, because we did them in a different order, we did Celica's first and Alm's vice versa.
Did I just lose?
Maybe not? Nope. You do not lose. Well.
Tatiana.
She's like, listen.
Did you say lose? God, it was just like Python. Fighting Nui Baba, it's like, shit, Python, hit something, please, never hits.
You, and
Python,
like,
I need you to do damage. Okay, crit.
Well, but she also heard you, and she's like, excuse me, you're underestimating me here. Nicer and let's bypass the Dragon Volcano. Oh, that's... But I feel like a lot of these older games were not as merciful. You know, it's good. Like... I do feel like some of the newer games, like, we're going into this as blind as possible. He has played Three Houses. I've never played Three Houses at all. Like, literally my introduction to Fire Emblem was when we started this playthrough. And not, like, this one, but the very first game that we did, which was Path of Radiance. And I also joined in at, like, Chapter 10. But, so I'm really going into this as blind as possible. But I do feel like from the little bits and pieces that people have mentioned, like, for example, Three Houses having that rewind mechanic. And I think that was also introduced in, was it 3CA?
Yeah, but I wish.
No, it was, which one was it?
I wish the rewind was introduced in the first show. This game, Shadows of Wanted.
No, there was another one. There was another one that we were doing rewinds in.
Well, okay, if you're thinking,
if
you're thinking of the Switch version of it, yes.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, okay, but then even in this one, you have your rewind mechanic.
And Shadows of Valencia specifically has a rewind mechanic.
Okay, gotcha. So some of the newer games, they've thought that out, because they're like, okay, well, we're not going to make it as difficult, but I can see how these ones were definitely in their, let's call it the youth of the Fire Emblem.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
World. Mm-hmm. But, like, you have to appreciate them for what they are, because they're so much older. They were learning, like, every time someone makes a game, you learn from the last one, and you improve upon it.
Yeah, you'd hope so.
Yes. I mean, just look at Marth's first game and his one song.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The entirety
1,
of the
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, Tatiana's fine. Next time around, we're gonna switch Tatiana to...
She was fine anyway. She's just gonna go, let me throw fairies at you.
One of these characters we're gonna switch over. Who's that? Claire. So Claire and Tatiana we're gonna switch in the roster order.
Okay.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Gaiden fixes a lot that Shadow Dragon the Blade of Light had, 100%. But it's not without its flaws, obviously. It's a 1991 Famicom game that went off of the success of Fire Emblem 1 in Japan, and Kaga and company went, cool! Let's make another game! And then this came out, and it's different. It's like its own game again.
Yeah. But I feel like all of them have been so far.
Honestly, realistically have. Like, every game we've played. So we've done, in order, Path of Radiance, Radiant Dawn, Genealogy of the Holy War, 3-776, Shadow Dragon and the Blade of Light on the Switch, and then this.
No.
What am I missing?
BS Fire Emblem.
Oh yeah, we did do BS Fire Emblem, but not the BS Fire Emblem. We did a Sacred Stones version of it.
With Zelda music in it.
Yeah.
I mean, because again, it's not available to play in its original form, so...
I tried.
You improvise.
I tried. All right, so Tatiana switches with Claire. There we go. Oh my gosh, she's about to level up. Maybe I can get away with saving if I gotta wait a bit. All right, I'm still not gonna do it. Rest. Oh god, but if we screw up, then they're gonna slap our cheek hole.
But anyway, back to my original point. When he was...
Oh god, there's so many of them.
He was like, I think we're soft locked. And I'm like, I don't know. I really don't think that a game would do that. I can see, like in Thracia, they'd be like, hey, if you don't want to take thieves into this chapter,
you can pick up a few keys.
We'll give you keys. It's not going to be easy.
Kempf.
Yes. We're not going to make it easy, but
you can.
It is possible.
Perhaps.
So it's more like you can get soft locked because if you're especially going into it blind.
Well, not even thieves. It's like if you go in and right away, I remember the biggest complaint I had about Thracia was Kemp's chapter. I don't remember, chapter 9 I think it was, or 10. Where you go in, and spoilers if you haven't played Thracia, but you can check out our YouTube channel for that. That if
Be mindful, it's about 100,000 episodes.
No, it's 95 episodes of our blind Thracia playthrough. It's fine.
Okay, 95,000 episodes.
So, like, if you can go into Kemp's without any thieves.
Yep.
They give you one dude with a door key after you get through the entrance.
Yep.
Which is fine, but that's only one dude. So you have to know to go in with extra door keys. And if you don't know that, then you genuinely are soft locked.
Yes.
But you're not going to know that unless you bring a thief.
Exactly.
But
that's what I'm saying. Keys. It's like they're essentially being like, well, you can.
Of course, that's just Thracia being punishing to first-time players, though.
Yes, but again, that's more of. It's like we're not going to make it impossible, but it's not going to be easy. Whereas I feel like something so critical as plot-related things, like if you do this in the wrong order, like there's no way in hell you can move forward, and it really does force you to go back.
I'm glad you mentioned correct order in the way you phrase that. I'm gonna tell you a story. I didn't mention this. We have a group chat with a couple of our pals. I did mention this actually in that group chat. That there's a game that is on N64 and I think PS1 as well, if I'm not mistaken, called Mega Man Legends.
Okay.
And, oh, sorry, I'm completely lying. Not Mega Man Legends. That's its own freaking crap. N64 had a Castlevania game called, oh god, Castlevania Chronicles? I don't remember the name of it. But, there's a Castlevania game where it was like a 3D, it was a 3D game where you control like the, teabag in the tea. I don't remember the name of it, but it's the N64 Castlevania game, whatever the hell it's called. And before I go on, so that was Celica watching Alm struggle.
I mean, he did tell you to watch him struggle, so struggle.
Legacy of Darkness, was that the one for N64? I think so. Whatever it was called. There's a bit where, let me slow down just a bit so I can think for a moment. Yeah, just this. It's not like Fire Emblem 1 music. So I'll go over it, and I did go over this in the group chat again, but there's a bit in the game where you have to destroy a wall to progress. And it's 3D, so like you're kind of walking around like behind the character.
The wall.
You know? It's three-dimensional, you know. And there's a bit where you have to destroy a wall, if I'm not mistaken. And in order to do that, you need to have, I think it's like a mandragora or something like that. Which is just like this, think you need a flame item of some sort. And there's explosive oil. Okay. To dumb it down, we'll just call it that. So you need to be bringing those two items to the door or the wall so you can go kaboom.
Right.
Okay. Sounds fine enough on paper. That game, you have for items to be carried, you actually have to physically have it in your inventory, which is fine, but the inventory was limited. So if you didn't have enough item slots available, then you had to put potentially healing items down or weapons or stuff you would have wanted. That's besides the point. The problem is,
I mean, a lot of games
you need to have, correct. You need to have the flamey item in your inventory, and then collect the explosive oil, the mandragora. If you do it in a wrong order, where you find the oil, the explosive oil, you just touch it right away, and it's like you can't use that. You're just not allowed to use it. It just prevents you from doing it. So you think, okay, maybe I have to get the explosive oil first.
Okay.
So then it's an item you actually pick up. So your character's like walking around, and you have to walk around, and you can't run. You can't touch a wall. You can't get hit by an enemy. You have to progress, and then the level has like.
So it's an escort mission for oil.
For an item you're holding. Yes, you have to.
Like, don't
you have
touch
to
my oil.
carry the
Don't
child.
touch it.
You have to carry the child. You have to carry the Hilda, without getting hit, without running, without jumping, without touching a wall, and you have to like. There's like these, these big like, think like a gear or like on the floor. You've seen them in a bunch of games where it's like a big gear and it rotates and you have to walk in between like the teeth.
Oh yeah.
And like there's like wall and you have to walk between them.
And it's turning, so you have to make sure that as it's coming behind you,
it doesn't
touch you behind, but you're not touching the front.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So you're walking with it.
And let me guess, if you do touch it, you lose it, and then you can't go back and get more?
Well, if you touch it, you explode and you die.
Oh.
And if you touch anything, or if you run, or you get hit, or you
then
run, or jump,
then why the heck do you need a
anything.
flamey item? Just put the oil down and then throw a thing at it and be like, combustion.
No, because you have to bring the oil to the explosive, to blow up the explosive, the explodable, rather, wall.
Yes, but my point is based on the logic of the mechanic. Like, if anything touching you as you're holding the oil will make you combust, why even need to like also find a flamey thing when you should be able to carry the oil, be like, here oil, go down on floor, and then like throw Am's thing at it and go kaboom anyway.
So that's the thing, because you have to have it's in your inventory. So like, it's just weird how it works. So once you do finally bring the thing to the wall, assuming you bring it correctly without exploding yourself, then you have to...
Assuming you have not combusted.
Assuming you yourself hasn't exploded trying to play the damn game. Then you have to go back and then bring the flamey thing or whatever to bring the thing over to the wall.
Do you also burn if you touch it?
No, it's fine. That's just a pickupable item. But if you do it in the wrong order, the moment you pick up the thing, you explode.
Because then you have the flame thing with you and you're carrying oil, and then so it's like boom.
Yeah. So like the room where you pick up the big collectible item, and if you have the flamey thing, you just explode. So you have to bring the thing first, then bring the flamey thing.
I guess.
But you'll never know that, and it does soft lock you, because if you bring the thing first, you're screwed, because you're not gonna, if you do the thing the other way around, you're soft locked. Your only choice is to die, because you can't progress. You can't pick up the thing because you have the thing in your inventory.
And you can't drop it and pick it up.
You can't drop it, so you're screwed. You have to blow yourself up and kill yourself. And you're never gonna know that first time playing.
Until you do.
Unless you do it right the first time.
They pretty much like put this in there like, people are gonna know that it's not a good idea to hold fire and pick up oil at the same time,
it's
right?
It's like the amphora and then like the mandragora or something like that, whatever they're called, or flaming
they're like,
amphora,
listen, we're making this realistic, so we're just gonna assume that people are gonna know that in this video game, you don't want to have these two things near each other. So
otherwise, kaboom.
Exactly. But it's like, people playing video games are like, yeah, I mean, like, you can carry it, it's fine. And it's like,
until no, because you try and then you explode. But if you touch anything, you explode anyway.
Great.
So whether or not you have the damn fire, if you just get, oops, I touched the wall, bang, you're dead. Too bad.
I find that funny.
I'm
sure it's frustrating, but it's funny.
AVGN did a section on that when he was playing Castlevania games. I think it was in Castlevania Part 2. He was doing like a kind of Castlevania...
Focus.
Yeah.
Hydrate.
Like 3 different Castlevania games, or episodes of Castlevania games. And he played that game and he was just fuming. He just didn't understand like what kind of crap design it was.
Yeah.
Look it up. Look that up. Look it up. Castlevania explosive oil. You'll probably find it.
All right.
Silica. Almost. I didn't do a good laugh there.
Nope. You didn't laugh at all.
Yeah, he just.
He's like,
Celica. Hello. Almost trapped in Dragon Mountain. He's trapped in Dragon Mountain. Follow me if you want to save him. If you sacrifice yourselves to Lord Duma, Alm's path shall open up. Open up.
Well, I guess I follow the guy.
The raid tornado from Castlevania 2. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. Do you know about that one?
No.
For NES. Same console as trash.
Gimme.
No, because it might be plot. I'm going to tell you a funny story.
Okay, tell me a funny story.
Alright. Thank you for mentioning that one as well, Fatur. Castlevania is obviously a pretty secretive series because it's just Castlevania, you know, Vampire Castle, who knows. So NES, okay, same console. In Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest, there is a item you pick up, which is a traditional item in Castlevania series called the Holy Water, which in the older NES games, you throw the holy water on the floor to see if there's like an invisible platform. Ooh. So if the water stays on the ground, then it's ground. If it goes through, it's an invisible floor, so you can fall through it.
Interesting.
Which is a mechanic of the holy water. It's also a weapon for some bosses and so on and so forth.
Right, because of vampires.
Yeah. In Simon's Quest, there's a specific part. There's a specific part in the game where you're walking, and it's a side scroller, of course, the old games. So you're walking, and then all you see is, think of it on screen. I'll kind of replicate it with Celica. Oh, you get to this part, and you're walking to the left, and all you get is a wall. And that's it. That's the only thing on the screen. It's just open floor and wall. So you think, well, what the hell? Dead end? Do I have an item that I can use?
Yeah.
Do I have something I can use? You're throwing holy water around? Nothing. Nothing's happening. Not a damn thing is happening whatsoever. So you think, do I go back? Did I miss something?
Yeah. That would be me.
So you go around, you would never, ever, ever, ever know. Until you have, because back then there was no internet. You would never know unless you had the Nintendo Power magazine that told you specifically about that bit in Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. So what happens is you need to have a specific item in your inventory. You just need to have it. I think you actually need to equip it. You need to equip it. But you would never know this playing first time or ever
unless your friend beat it and goes, by the way.
Yeah, by the way, you need to do this thing. Exactly. Strategy guide sellers, Nintendo Power Magazine, all the fun jazz. I love, my freaking strategy guide collection.
You have a giant binder.
Of cheat codes and everything, yeah. Which I guarantee if I had back then printers and internet existed, but internet you wouldn't have needed the printer. But it's fine, we still did. So what you need to do, you need a specific item equipped. Just in your inventory. And crouch.
Doink.
You have to crouch for about 30 seconds.
So it's not even like crouch and it happens. You're just like, anything?
It's like 30, 20 seconds, something like that. You just crouch. And then, if you did it right, a red tornado shows up out of nowhere and picks you up and progresses you in the next part of the game.
Was there anything anything anywhere in the game that you could have possibly missed that would have been a hint? Say like a conversation with somebody or like a placard, something that you could read? Simon's
Quest is known for being a very cryptic game because you can just walk around like the town. So Simon's Quest has a day and night cycle. When it's nighttime, the enemies come out and you can't go to shops. Everyone's sleeping, everything's closed because the monsters are out there.
So Zelda.
If it's daytime, then there's shopkeepers, there's villagers, and whatever.
Right, so if you want to go shopping, you best be during business hours.
Yes, and the game, how it works is you can just be playing the game, and then it stops. And then a text box comes out, and here's the famous line.
Daytime!
What a horrible night to have a curse.
You're like, oh,
and then the thing goes away. That's the famous line right there. If you've ever heard that line, that's where it's from. So then, it goes nighttime. And it's just like random. It only feels like a couple minutes. And then you're just trying to play in the game. Maybe you're mid-jump doing a thing. And then the box comes up and says, daytime rises or something like that. And then because you're still in midair, you could just fall into a pit and die. Because it pauses where you are. Because there's giant text box
if you're
on screen shows up.
So if you're in the middle of literally jumping, not just in the air, but across something, you're like, wee!
Yeah, you better hope you're going to make that jump.
You're like, poop.
Yeah, that's the one. The morning sun is vanquished the horrible night. So then,
nighttime.
But you're never gonna know that. You're never gonna know to crouch in a corner of a wall, facing it, mind you, with this item equipped to wait for a red tornado to sweep you to the next part of the game.
Listen,
stupid.
Let's move on to some dialogue and whatnot. But I will say, I like stuff like that as long as the game is designed to give you some form of hint that it
I'm
would
scared
make.
to save. I'm gonna do a safety save.
Just in case.
There. Ooh, spooky music.
Yes. Having Such a Sierra move?
Sierra move.
As in Sierra, like pink-haired Sierra?
As in the game developer Sierra?
Oh.
Do I step in the stink?
That looks like a candy.
It's slowing me down, actually.
Yay.
What did Sierra do that made Stinky? Oh, that
well, maybe that was just like a thing that they were known for. Like throwing in cryptic things in there.
I'm trying to think what I did. There was one Sierra game I played. I remember owning...
Well, walk into that corner just in case, please.
Yeah. Make sure to crouch for 30 seconds with an item equipped.
Okay, no.
Nothing.
That door does look like a candy wrapper. Well, like a wrapped candy.
It does look like a bonbon.
A bonbon. Bom-be-dum-bom.
Castlevania games are known to be kind of...
I like cryptic games though. I really do enjoy them. We'll but again, I want there to be
Can't go.
the expectation. Well, no, there's a candy in the way. I want there to be. Like,
You're right.
I want to be able to expect there's going to be some form of hinting system. Like I don't need it to be like ultra obvious or something. All right, this is definitely not epileptic friendly.
Yeah, it's happened for every map.
Yeah, I know. It's just every time. Oh my god, my eyes.
Hehehe, so you're finally here. This is Duma's altar, our site of human suffering. Thus, I shall kill you slowly and painfully. Your pain will be Lord Duma's magnificent feast.
Sir, that is not human suffering. That is called human
we can move now.
Sacrifice.
Okay, so Selga's army is once again occupied.
Yes.
I guess we just continue with Alms then.
But yeah, so I don't mind, like, I don't need it to be, like, super obvious, like, psst, you may want to look here. But I do like when somebody's like, I've heard that during the nighttime, yada yada happens. Or like, I've heard a rumor that there's a corner of the castle where something funky happens. And then you might be like, oh, interesting, okay, make a note of that. I don't mind that stuff. But if this game was literally designed to just be like, ha 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 ha, you have to totally guess this totally random, strange, very specific situation in order to move forward, then I'm not too much of a fan of that, because then they're expecting you to get the guide, and I want the satisfaction of figuring out the puzzle for myself. And I can't do that if I have to cheat.
Alright, 150%. So this is, Rigel Falls. It's a pretty map.
How do you know that it's false? Oh yes, because the little lines get tighter.
Yes.
They look like tiny breaks this time. And the water's blue again.
Yeah. The water is blue, yes. Alright, well this is a new map now. We'll get the prediction up. This game has like... It's so weird that it has like really cool redeeming qualities, and then other times it's just bad. Like, this game is just really bad. It's like really bad and really good, this game.
I like it.
Bonite, okay, just watch out for the arrows. That's honestly my only concern.
But I guess the other thing too is you've never played through any of the Zelda games, but this would be more familiar to me in terms of like the kind of game that it is. Maybe not necessarily the battles, because it's obviously
battles are still Fire Emblem, yeah. In a jank way, but yeah, they still are.
Yes.
Okay, we have Hest, the witch. Blech.
But the
Magnum the Baron.
Oh, the eyebrows.
Oh my god, 43 defense.
Part
and
Vulcan or whatever. What's his name is?
Part Vulcan?
Yeah, it's in Spock.
Oh, okay.
Eyebrows.
That's a bridge.
Yeah, so for me, the whole like how I would progress through this, I could probably pick this game up. The strategy would still be weird for me. Hey, Joe. The story of how Achilles was made invulnerable by being dipped into the river Styx, but have you heard about his brother? What?
You can't pronounce it?
No?
Sound it out.
I don't know that I can. I can never sound things out in English because they read phonetically.
Well, yeah, exactly. You
English is not a phonetic language.
Okay, whatever.
What is it?
Alright, Joe, your joke failed. I'm sorry.
Probably not for him, but...
Yeah, that's why I was shaking my head.
Sorry, Mexican don't get it.
Ah, yes, that's right. That's the Romanized spelling. Yeah.
That I would have probably figured out easier.
And Arkle with a prediction as well. Hell yeah. Yes, this is a traditional thing on our stream as well. Also, there's just, it's interesting that, oh right, there's those guys there. I'm not worried about them. So there's a drawbridge, I suppose. It goes down eventually. I don't know, whatever. We'll leave Clive in the back. He's got a party in the back. Clive is in the shack. You gotta watch out for the paladins that are coming up to slap my ass. They're gold knights, never mind. We don't know what a paladin is. There's some bow knights and they got this sticky, slimy magic. Oh, he's got death. Oh, good.
Oh, great. He brings death to you.
He's gonna fortify nothing. I'm kidding. He's gonna fortify everything. There's a stain on my glasses.
Oh, great.
Who's surprised?
How's your,
Hi, Joe.
How's your little devotion prince doing?
What?
Like, not you, Joe's.
Oh, I'm blind already.
Yes. Remember the time when you put on your new glasses and then you were blind because your eyes were used to bad prescription?
Yeah.
And now you're like, I take off, I can't see.
Yes, go for Zeke. Go for Zeke. I would like more tea, but it's okay. 7 summons off being able to buy 100 trait fruit.
Oh my god.
Oh, the celestial stone thing. Yes, yes, yes.
I mean, I got my Lucina.
100. You got one?
Yeah.
Did you spark it like a stinko?
Yes.
Oh man.
Listen, my Fate Pass was about to end, and I'm like, might as well just milk it for what I got, because you know what I got in this whole thing?
No.
Owain and Osane. Or Odin, sorry. Odin and Owain. That's what I got.
And just Lucina? You had to
and
spark,
had to spark Lucina. I got nothing else.
Blue is starting to become colorless hell, actually, nowadays.
Yeah.
I've looked at some of the stats.
Well, I was going green first, then I was going for red, and then I was going for colorless, because I also wanted to maybe get Robin. But no. It was...
Joe, is Odin plus 10 yet?
Listen, Odin always does me well when he joins my team for any voting gauntlets. We work well together. We do just fine. I have nothing against him. Or Soth. I like when Soth comes to visit. I'd be very upset if showed up though.
Oh, is that a range? Just barely. Blah.
Don't worry, Joe. I also have a Soth in the works. He's currently sitting in my barracks just waiting for when I have enough feathers to get working on him. But I have a list. I have a list of units that are gonna get work.
A list.
And I also have a list of units that are sort of like my wish list. You know, units that I used to have in my other account, and then I have one day.
He's still at plus 8? Joe, I have like 14 Odins. You want them? Like, I don't want them.
Right, like trading would be so good for that.
Yeah, it would break the game.
Yeah.
It would completely break the game.
I mean, some people may be like, trade me your like really strong units, and here's me going, can I have your nanas?
No, people would abuse it. It would be really, really bad for the game. People would abuse it because they would just make more accounts to feed everything to one account and just like make themselves like ultra whale.
I mean, I suppose the tryhards definitely would, but
yeah, exactly.
I think the other part of that too is that Nintendo wouldn't be making them as much because they'd just be like, well, you're not going to be spending on orbs and summons because you're just going to trade with friends that are like, oh, I don't want blah, so you can have her. I'd be like, Joe, you want them all? Corns for Odins. That's a fair trade. I'll take everyone's nanas, please.
I have a plus 10 corn.
Yeah, but you could have summer corn.
Yeah, the only one I'm missing, yeah. She's so bad.
But you love her. You
just,
haven't even met her.
She's okay. I've used her in voting gauntlets sometimes, and people don't make her very good because she's terrible. Gen 1 poopy summer unit. Alright, that's a lot of knights. We gotta watch out for that.
I'm proud of my Nana so
Watch
far.
out for this.
She does. She do very hard work.
Silk has defense. That's right. Delphia has also none magic. Defense, I mean. Silk, however, 9 defense. We'll put it in the tree.
Ay, this chair.
Yeah, yeah. Odin has one of the lowest attack stats in the game.
But he trying.
He's been trying.
He'll get there.
He'll get there. Silk is a tank, man. Silk's been tanking for us this whole game. 776 points on Team Doubt. I know some of them have Vatir, but also Arkhold as well threw in some points, which equaled to 776.
Yes.
So we'll see. Joe, you're gonna throw in some points here as well. You got 12 minutes approximately. All right, Alm.
I'm gonna throw
Promoted
mine in
Alm.
at the very end. You know
Promoted Alm. Go! Ow! Oh, look, he attacks differently now. He doesn't jump. He goes slap.
Well, no, he's slash.
Yeah, not Jafar. No, no.
Yeah.
Come on, Alm. This actually gives you a lot of promoted enemies to attack. This is actually kind of silly. Fair. Fair. That's a good prediction point. Look at Silk.
I just always throw my points on the side that has the least amount of points to even it out. Until Jomis comes in and drops
1 billion.
every point he's ever gotten. And here I am going, well, shiz, I don't have that many points because I keep throwing them on whatever team goes. I'm not gambling wisely. I'm just there to donate points to whoever does win.
No more tea.
Me either.
I'm sad.
Oh, a little bit more tea. Hang on. I finish.
Alright, my mages are gonna slap these guys' cheeks, but like the thing is here.
The struggle.
Who's more dangerous? The Gold Knights or the snipers? Honestly, the Gold Knights are more threatening now. But we got 3 mages back there. Actually, we're gonna bring the sages back here. Cliff, if you may, senor. Zap!
Ark, how many times have you played through this game?
Oh, 1. Oh! Oh wait, this is... Shit! Alright, that was a batty, poopy misplay.
Did it say white?
Yes, like white magic.
Oh. I was like, is that just supposed to be saying wait or something?
No.
No, I know, but it was like my initial, I'm like, I'm confused. Confused.
You still haven't figured out that says white magic? After all this time? So you're letting me down.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
Listen, half the time I don't know who you're moving because they all look so similar.
They have names.
Yeah, they do, but when you're moving them so quickly, my eyes can't catch up.
Make them catch up.
I ain't gonna do that.
Make them catch up.
Blick.
This is a bad idea, but I'm gonna... I shouldn't do that.
It's a bad idea. I'm gonna do it anyway.
I should not do it. Oh, she doesn't have frickin' Fortify yet. Sad day.
She do be needing levels.
Yeah. Well, she's about to level up, actually, but... Delphia, what can you do for me? Mine do. Am I human?
You say that, but the amount of times that you're like, I clicked the wrong thing!
Yeah, but that's a different story.
Because it was going at 150.
Me clicking the wrong thing happens normally, let's be honest here.
Yes, but you also said like it was moving so fast, I ended up putting them in the wrong place.
Yeah,
I'm
but
like,
that's when it's at 500% speed. That's different. Am I in stress land?
Yes. When are we not?
Do I prepare for stress? That's okay, we got... This would be very difficult if we didn't have promoted units. Holy hell.
Yes.
Alright, it is kind of crunch time, I guess, with this game in a way. We gotta leave Mr. Man's there, actually, to be honest with you.
Well, and then leave him there.
And then we can't bring Luthier to attack anything, so we gotta go up, I suppose. Luthier, sir. Excalibur is definitely our best spell. Sagittarius heavy hitting, but it's slow. And of course. Damn, how fast are these Golden Knights? 12. Holy shite. End turn, I guess. I feel like our deployment is kind of screwing us a bit here, but...
When isn't it, though?
Honestly. Because you just don't know, though. Like, where your first time around, you don't know what kind of shenanigans you're going to get yourself
It's
caught
nice
in.
that you can rearrange them so that if you're like, okay, we definitely died on this one.
Yeah, like, we know Zeke spawns up there. We're going to rotate it around, yeah. I feel like I should have played this better. Like, I did look at the map. I saw the guys to the right of the bridge there, and I still did nothing about it. We gotta be careful of Lucas here, because that's a lot of mages, so we might have Claire to start slapping them, honestly. Of course, she can't reach. Why would she?
Why?
Okay, she can reach that one. Oh, wait, those are the bosses that showed up. Remember the last time we brought Claire in front of bosses accidentally? This time it's different, because Claire's promoted.
This time it's fine. Dies anyway.
Oh, no, they're still there. Never mind.
Where'd you go?
Can Gray finish off anybody? Is that Gray even? Who is this? That's Gray.
I'm like, roster?
14. No, you can take out Gray. Take out Gray. He can take out him. It's fine. I can't count. 6 squares, not 5, remember? It's okay. It's alright. Life goes on.
There's like, ha! Can't hit me. She's like, I'm on a big flying horse, and you have a big heavy lance. You think you're gonna reach me? I don't think so. What?
Precisely that, folks.
Yes.
Ouch!
I can't get over the little flaming Skeletor with his little laser beams. He's like, phew. He's like, I am this magic floating skull, but I also come from the Terminator universe.
Editor in post, cue the Terminator theme as Itzia's talking.
As I'm talking. Like, mute her with Terminator voice.
That guy's too low, so he's not attacking. Cool.
Oh, my brain.
Matilda's still not promoted, but I mean, she's doing okay. She's doing her best.
Look at the horsey go. Wing, wing. He's counting. He's like, 1, 2, run.
Look at me, Shrek. I'm trotting.
Yes, I can count.
I can trot.
I like when I saw that, I was like, what does he mean he can count? Dun, dun.
Boom!
And I'm like, can you do that as Donkey too?
No. Silk with a speed and luck. Uh-oh. That's a big hole now. Bow Knight, you thought. Ow. Uh-oh. Aha! That's a giant hole there now. That's a problem. Okay, Silk. Alright.
Good night.
That's one. Alright. We've learned. Just body block it.
Yeah.
Body break. Load the game. Yeah.